Hey everybody out there in YouTube and Facebook, this is Kris Nicholson, and right now I'm showing you guys my brand spanking new Casio CGP 700. I was actually waiting for this to actually come out many years because of the touch color screen right over there. So today we are actually going to look at the construction of the keyboard, the stand, and I can explain basically what it can do. Alright, so without any further ado, I'm going to go to the side of the keyboard and I'm going to show you. A lot of stands have basically like a toe block on the bottom of it. It's like a plastic toe block. This is actually full solid wood on the bottom. But on the bottom of the stand, it actually has rubber pieces that stay to the floor. So when you move it, they won't make an annoying sound like a scratching of a chalkboard. But it's a very nice, beautiful wooden stand. Is actual wood, and every parts are labeled, so when you take it out the box, but it's embedded with the keyboard, and you can actually take the keyboard off optionally if you're going to use it for a band or stage. The stand actually comes with two woofers on the bottom, two mid-range woofers, and it comes with a wire that has a connection on the bottom over here. And a lot of people say, can you actually put a 3-pedal unit onto the stand? I don't know if I can see it correctly, but this over here is for the 3-pedal unit, which goes on those brackets over here. The brackets are also made for, since you don't have a toe block, the brackets are also made for anti-tipping. I was reading in the manual, so you can actually slide these brackets back and it will not tip over. As much as you play, if you have it on sturdy ground, the piano will not tip over at all. Okay, so that's the stand, which is really good, and the stand is very light with the keyboard. Now let's get to the speakers on top. You have two speakers, one right over here and one over here, and I have a feeling that this speaker is basically a directional for it's a back directional going for the speakers in the back here. So that's another thing about it. I don't know if you can actually see it. I should have pulled it out even more. You do have back connections over here, which is the line out, audio volume, audio in, the damper, and the DC in, and the USB, which is actually hooked up to my keyboard. Alright, I did notice that the construction on here, it's really made solid. So that's what I love about it. I had a Yamaha DGX. It was very solid too, but it was so freaking heavy. This does a lot of the features of that, including more, which is really cool. Number one, is very professional laid out. It's not a huge footprint. And you have a USB jack right over here, which is really neat. Just to show you the buttons over here. Get the tone rhythm. You get the tap tempo. You get to select your own tempos. You got the metronome. You have the grand piano buttons. So it's an instant grand piano button. So if you're anywhere in the instrument, need to get to a piano fast, that is perfect for it right there. And you have your banks and your storage right over here. So you can store your presets, your automatic data jog wheel, and your yes/no buttons. And this is the main feature of the piano right over here, which I'll get to. Of course, CGP 700 Casio, which is compact grand piano. And over here, you have your volume knob, your power switch, and also you can record. You have actually a 17-track sequencer, MIDI sequencer. You have an audio recorder, which is very easy to use. And thank God for these buttons. The automatic transpose buttons, I have to thank Casio for putting those there. Intro, normal, variation, ending, and also you have your play, stop, start right over here, and your demo, plus your accompaniment on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the unit and show you how it looks when you put on the screen. Honestly, I have to tilt the camera just a little bit over because the light is shining. I should not have the light on. Sorry about that. But when you turn on the Casio, it actually has a professional presentation. So I'm going to turn it back off again and turn it back on so I can just show you guys again. By the way, it's hooked up to my computer, so you might hear the song. Very professional. For the price of $800, and you get this in a whole package. Just the screen alone, being a color touch screen, it's very, very professional, and I am very happy with it. Okay, so the touchscreen, usually a touchscreen you have to sometimes press hard on it. This one's instant. So if I press tone, there you go. You got the tones right over here. If I press different categories, you have the different categories right there. And you have the different banks right over here, section. So everything is very professionally laid out. I'm sorry about the light, guys. One thing that I like about it too is that, let me go back to the main feature. And not only that there is banks right over here, but I can slide it just like this. And there's more menus of whatever controls and parameters that you have over here, which is really good. All right, the keys. Let me show you this. This is what I wanted to talk about. The keys over here. I don't know if you can see actually the grooves on there, but for the price of $800, which is very unheard of, usually you get this in the very higher end digital pianos. You get ebony and ivory groove keys. So it has such a really beautiful presentation of the keys. Once you feel them, the moisture of your fingers will not let you slip up. And I tell you this, I enjoy this very, very much because it reminds me of my old upright piano. You get the USB function over here, and you get an added music rest. And also you have the pitch bender wheel. So you can add, this is a bench that I have, which is really neat. I'm going to try to see if I can get a matching bench that matches actually the CGP 700. So it looks uniform when I'm on stage. So okay, so this demo is basically just the overview of the casing and you know, the style of this Casio CGP 700. Alright, so right me back. I'm going to make more demos of the sounds, the rhythms, and what else can it do. Alright, I'll see ya. Bye-bye.